This video is sponsored by Caleb and Brown. They help their clients buy, sell, and swap cryptocurrencies with a 24/7 personal broker service. Sign up today.
Again, first up from Cryptopolitan, BRICS launches a demo of its new payment system. So are they going to get an actual card with a QR code on it, or is that just a photo they used? Well, let's find out. Well, in this post, BRICS just launched a demo of the BRICS Pay, a new payment system designed to help countries move away from the US dollar for trade. Russia is calling for an alternative to the IMF, saying the global financial system is too controlled by the West and the BRICS is sick of it. But the US dollar is still holding strong as the most powerful currency in the world, backed by its role in global reserves and international trade. So the US dollar is still the stronghold, it's still around, but for those of us that have been getting into Bitcoin, just buying it and holding it, we don't care for the price. We're holding it as a security. In case the US dollar goes down, we still have a solid asset that we can use for payments out there in the real world. So let's go through this article and learn a little bit more about this demo. So BRICS just dropped the demo of its long-awaited payment system, BRICS Pay. This new payment system is rolling out as the group gears up for their big post-expansion summit in Kazan, Russia from October 22nd to the 24th. So it's going to happen next week. They're going to try it out for 2 days. But Russia this year's BRICS chair is pushing hard to break away from the grip of the Western-controlled financial system. Russian Finance Minister Anton Siluanov, I'm butchering it, but he called for an alternative to the International Monetary Fund to push back against the political power plays from America. BRICS now represents 37% of the global economy and evidently wants to level the playing field. Now, BRICS Pay is breaking down the system. BRICS Pay is being called the cornerstone of payment systems for independent sovereign nations, according to their official website. Chinese officials say that BRICS Pay will give countries more ways to settle goods and services, strengthening economic ties, and of course, it's designed to help these nations step away from the US dollar. Financial diversification is the name of the game, and this system is repeatedly meant to boost economic independence across the board. BRICS Pay is a decentralized and independent, I'm not sure if it's decentralized, but that's what this article is saying, but a clear move away from the SWIFT system that Europe uses. Now, BRICS has been toying with the idea since 2019, trying to build a unified payment system that works for all members and nations. By 2020, the BRICS Payment Task Force was already in motion and is finally picking up speed. During the BRICS Business Forum in Moscow, held at the International Trade Center, participants got a sneak peek at the retail technologies behind BRICS Pay. The platform is being designed to handle everything from retail payments to remittances. Now, the push against the dollar right now, the US dollar has been the top dog for a long time, but the dominance has become a problem for nations. Thanks to US sanctions, some countries have been pushed out of the dollar-based system, forcing them to look for other ways to handle payments. BRICS Pay is stepping in to fill that gap. Now, the payment system could even be used to support other international projects like China's Belt and Road Initiative. As the BRI continues to grow, BRICS Pays might be used as the go-to for setting trade and investment payments. BRICS added 5 more members earlier this year, being Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the UAE, Iran, and Ethiopia. Russia's president, Vladimir Putin, and China's president are the ones leading the de-dollarization agenda. Just the other day, presidential candidate Donald Trump said China thinks America is a very stupid country. Meanwhile, Putin's beef with Biden is mainly over Ukraine, and the former believes that America is trying to demoralize the entire world. But as of now, still though, the dollar still holds strong. For now, so says them. But at press time, the US dollar is still holding on to the position despite growing opposition and geopolitical chaos. It remains resilient of other major currencies. The US economy continues to be the top player too, accounting for about 26% of global GDP. Now, this combined with the unmatched liquidity of U.S. capital markets is why central banks still hold large amounts of dollars in their reserves. About 60% of the global reserves are parked in the greenback, and 64% of global debt securities are denominated in dollars. That's not changing overnight, so don't expect it to just be an overnight thing. That's not going to happen. That's going to be a little time for it. But the potential political disaster that might arise from the upcoming presidential election could make the dollar vulnerable, especially if investors lose confidence due to how the losing party reacts. Analysts and economists are predicting more volatility in the markets and potential disruption in supply chains. This instability could force more countries to look for alternatives to the dollar, like the BRICS system, especially if the Federal Reserve starts making unpredictable moves with interest rates. So we still just got to see where that's going. But again, this all started because the U.S. was like putting sanctions on everything. It's like, okay, we're not going to allow you to use our dollar anymore. Well, I still got the goods. I'm just going to use another system. And like this kind of really started it. And if they got 37% of it now, that's pretty crazy. So we'll see where this takes off. But I've never been following this news since at least I've been covering crypto news articles. So it's just crazy that the demo has finally been launched and Russia's going to try it out for those 2 days. So let's see if it works and if it rolls out anytime soon.